Alright, let's talk about something we all do, but probably don't think twice about: washing our hair. I mean, how hard can it be, right? Shampoo, lather, rinse, repeat, done. But here's the thing: what if I told you that the way you're washing your hair right now might actually be doing more harm than good? Personally, I think this is one of those everyday habits we take for granted, but it turns out, there's a whole science to it. And no, I'm not just talking about using the right products, though that's part of it. It's about how you're doing it. Here's the hook: salons have this 5-point shampoo rule that's supposed to transform your hair washing game. But what makes this really interesting is that it's not just about making your hair look good, it's about scalp health. And in my opinion, that's where most of us are dropping the ball. We focus so much on the hair itself, the shine, the volume, the texture, but we forget that healthy hair starts with a healthy scalp. It's like watering a plant, but ignoring the soil. If the soil's bad, the plant's not going to thrive, no matter how much you water it. Now, let's break this down. The first big mistake most of us make: overloading on shampoo. I've been guilty of this, squeezing out a massive glob, because I think more product equals cleaner hair. But here's the thing: shampoo is designed to cleanse the scalp, not just the hair strands. So when you're slathering it all over your lengths, you're not only wasting product, but also potentially weighing down your hair. What many people don't realize is that the scalp is where all the action happens. It's where your hair grows, where it gets its nutrients, and where issues like oiliness or dryness start. This brings me to the 5-point technique. It's simple but genius. Instead of dumping shampoo on your head, you apply small amounts to 5 key areas: the front, both sides, the crown, and the nape of your neck. Then, you lather and massage it in. But here's where it gets fascinating: the massage isn't just about cleaning, it's about stimulating microcirculation. If you take a step back and think about it, this is basically a mini scalp workout. It's like how you'd massage your face to boost blood flow and keep your skin healthy. Why wouldn't you do the same for your scalp? Now, let's talk about the massage technique. The expert, Valentina Vetrugno, emphasizes using your fingertips, not your nails, in gentle but firm circular motions. This isn't just a random tip, it's about being intentional. What this really suggests is that hair care is as much about mindfulness as it is about the products you use. It's about taking the time to do it right, not just rushing through it. And honestly, that's a bigger lesson, isn't it? We often treat self-care as something to check off our to-do list, but maybe it's time to slow down and pay attention to the details. Another detail I find fascinating is the idea of scalp exfoliation and serums. We're used to exfoliating our faces and bodies, but the scalp? That's a game changer. It's like giving your scalp a fresh start, removing buildup and allowing it to breathe. And the serums? They are like vitamins for your scalp, helping to strengthen hair and prevent loss. This raises a deeper question: why do we treat our scalp like a second-class citizen when it comes to skincare? It's skin, just like the rest of your body, and it deserves the same level of care. If you're like me, you're probably thinking, okay, this sounds great, but is it really worth the effort? And here's my take: absolutely. Healthy hair isn't just about aesthetics, it's about confidence, self-care, and even mental health. When your hair feels good, you feel good. But more than that, this whole process is about building a routine that's intentional and thoughtful. It's not just about following a trend, it's about understanding why something works and making it a habit. So, here's my closing thought: the next time you wash your hair, try this 5-point technique. Pay attention to your scalp, take your time with the massage, and see how it feels. Personally, I think you'll notice a difference, not just in how your hair looks, but in how you feel about your routine. And who knows? Maybe this small change will inspire you to rethink other areas of your self-care. After all, it's the little things that often make the biggest impact. Let me know in the comments if you try it. I'd love to hear your thoughts.